Welcome to Smart Action Movies with me, Crow. Thank you for coming back this week. I appreciate it. This week, the movie is Mad Max Fury Road, a non-stop action masterpiece. This movie is perfect, flawless from beginning to end. I have no complaints about the movie. It is perfect. As I said before, but if this is your first time, I think there are three things that drive a good action movie, and that's protection of a loved one or a weaker person or a weaker group of people, revenge of a loved one or of someone that is cared about, or freedom from tyranny, freedom from oppression, or just trying to stop someone who's trying to take away your freedom, of people that are weaker, or many variants of that. This movie has two of those: people seeking freedom and protection of weaker people. So this movie has Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron playing Mad Max and Furiosa, and they do a fantastic job. And from what I heard from the behind the scenes of this movie, they were at each other's throats the whole time of this movie, but it makes it perfect because these two characters don't trust each other in the beginning. So that animosity that's there is perfect to add to the movie. And they go at each other hard, and it's awesome. They both do a great job. I love both of them as actors and actresses. They're fantastic. George Miller made this movie, and I heard it took 10 years to make, but I think he was probably working on this movie as soon as he finished the first Mad Max trilogy. And in my opinion, the Mad Max trilogy, The Road Warrior was his best one out of those three. I loved that movie as a kid. Absolutely amazing. And I think he took a lot of the ideas of that, times them times 100, and then injected them with steroids, and that's Mad Max Fury Road. An absolute flawless movie. So rich, so deep. Well, let's get into the points of how I graded this movie. The first point I'll say is the world building, the characters, the plot, the story is all amazing. There is so much that is left unsaid and so much that is said that is just amazing. It feels like another world, and it is so deep, so textured, so rich, so much going on, and so many different characters, and just the world is amazing. It really feels like a wasteland that would take only the strongest and craziest could survive in. And it feels like the world is trying to kill you, the people are trying to kill you, and it is a tough world to live in. And it feels that way, and it is awesome. So, the world building, the characters, the plot, the storyline, all fantastic. The stunts in this movie, the car stunts, are just amazing. There's people jumping from moving cars to other moving cars. There's people on these poles that swing, and they'll swing down and try to grab somebody, and then swing down and almost hit the dirt. And then there's like other things that I don't want to spoil anything. I'm always going to try to make these recommendations spoiler free, but I am recommending Mad Max Fury Road, and I think this is the best action movie ever made. That's just my humble opinion, but that's my thoughts on it. The car stunts in this are top notch, and from what I understand, it's almost okay. There's a lot. There is CGI in it, but there is a lot of non CGI. There's a lot of real effects in there, and the cars look amazing. The cars are almost like their own character themselves. There's so many different and unique and awesome looking cars, and so the the final thing I'll say is that the the editing. That's right. I need to touch on that. The editing is flawless. It's perfect. George Miller's wife does the editing. I believe she won an Oscar for Happy Feet, but the editing in this was amazing. And this movie should win tons of Oscars. I don't know if it did or not. I don't always agree with the Oscars. I think a lot of times they have their own thoughts on things, because I know people go to school for a long time to make film that's art, and they'll do artsy fartsy projects and have lots of different things that they judge a movie on, which I think they should have two different types of categories, and I just do artsy film type movies and then just good movies, you know. And sometimes those intersect, but sometimes they really miss the mark in my opinion. But hey, I'm not them and they're not me, so whatever. But and that's another reason why I wanted to start this channel is I am here to talk about action movies, strictly action movies. And so this movie is absolutely perfect. It took a long time to make, and I think George Miller was determined to make his vision, his movie, his way. And this is something Hollywood should be trying to do with every movie they make. And I understand sometimes they're on a budget, and sometimes there's not enough time, but they should try to make every movie just as the best they possibly can. And to the opposite, I think that they shouldn't be making assembly line films like Transformers. It's just a bunch of explosions and action, and you don't really know what's going on half the time. And another thing I hate about Transformers is you got these little people walking around, and robots the size of buildings, they would just be squash them. Squash, squash, squash. There's no way people would be fighting the robots. No way. No chance. No how. Anyway, I give this movie, Mad Max Fury Road, 5 stars. I highly recommend you go see it. I can't recommend it enough. If you like action, or really just if you like movies, or if you like visually stunning movies, you need to go see this movie. Mad Max Fury Road, 5 stars. It's a perfect movie. Perfect action movie. Go see it. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you can donate to my PayPal, then thank you and God bless. For Smart Action Movies, this is Crow. I will see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.